Hey guys, recording another video here of AI battle. This time it's going to be Ballbarian. It's one of the older AI scripts that you can find in the download section at Heaven Games. I believe he even had his own website at one point, not sure if that's still up. But Ballbarian SW 7.6. This is the latest. There is another download, Fusion. It's just a little bit lighter script put together by Master of the Force. And so Barbarian is a bit of a unique. I believe it's more scripted to play against other players versus other AI opponents or other computer opponents. And so I can say there's 2 or 3 unique strategies that it does. One is a land rush. It'll start off in tech level 2 and start sending groups of mounted troops and troops together, and generally just rush those at an enemy. And he'll do this in groups. The other strategy is, and he'll continue that tech level 2 rush even well into tech level 3, pretty much whether it's successful or not. And the other strategy he has is a fighter rush or an air rush. So he'll grab some fighters and bombers and rush against an enemy. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most often it all depends on the enemy that he's playing against. And one of the other unique strategies that he has is it's put in the script as it's called Turtle Blaster mode, Turtle Blaster mode, and it's where he builds up multiple air cruisers against like an entrenched enemy or elongated game. As long as there's enough Nova crystals on the map, he'll go into this Turtle Blaster mode. He'll train fighters, bombers, air cruisers, and I believe he trained some ground support, such as like troops, artillery, strike mechs, and assault mechs. It all depends on what resources he has, or it has. But this game, it does show off the air rush, so I'm going to show that to you guys. His civilization, I put this game at random. It's against the moderate computer. Sometimes Barbarian is very susceptible to the hard computer rush. It's not scripted for it. Like I said, I think it's more scripted towards regular players. And the hard computer gets cheats, and so it'll attack at like 13 minutes in the game with 8 troopers sometimes, and then it'll send another attack a little bit later on, like around the 17. I don't know, around the 17-16 minute mark, he'll send another attack, and sometimes in the past this has finished off a Barbarian player. So wanted to play it on put it on moderate, and moderate does any difficulty moderate and below put a penalty on the AI for how fast they can train workers and utility trawlers, and I believe there's some other type of penalty that's built into the game, but it's something a little minor. However, you will see a lot later tech times for any AI opponent that's put on moderate or below difficulty. Most of the custom AIs out there, I shouldn't say most, select few AI out there do not cheat on the hard difficulty and above. On the hardest difficulty, the AI is automatically given cheats when it gets to a new tech level. That's for any AI, unless you put it in the script to lose those resources. So, like, give yourself negative resource cheat. That's about the only time you can get rid of that. But the hardest AI, the hard and hardest computer opponent, the standard computer, it will cheat out the wazoo. And custom scripts that are built off of it generally keep the cheats in there, so they will do about the same thing. So this is random, random civs. So Ballbarian got Naboo and Gungans. The computer is Confederacy and Galactic Empire. And as you can see, the computer's doing what it does best. It builds up a bunch of troops and usually sits around with them. I believe they're still in tech. Oh wow, one's still in tech level 1 at 20 minutes in the game, so it's kind of a very quick game. But I'm showcasing Ballbarian here, and I'll throw him in another video with another custom AI like Ferox, TCU, or my own AI. But he tries to get to tech level 3 as fast as possible. His tech level 2 buildings are just a Jedi temple and a spaceport. He doesn't even build a troop center for defense, doesn't build any turrets. So like I said, he's quite susceptible to a hard computer attack, so that's why I have it on moderate.
Laser cannons at full.
Against AIs that, especially one of my own, that will detect an enemy is in tech level 3, it'll start building anti-air troops automatically. And my AI, and I believe Ferox, definitely cheat to see if there's any enemy fighters early tech level 3, and they will build additional anti-air troops. So Ballbarian's air rush, for the most part, does not work on Elite Kazane. There have been some instances where a full-on air rush does happen, and too many fighters stream into the base, and so that kind of interrupts that. But Ballbarian, it starts out, he'll display in the messages here, starting fighter stream. He'll send out a few fighters, build a bomber or two, just throw them in there. And those are for the anti-air turrets, and to deal a little bit of siege weapon. So right now he's got 13 aircraft. Like 5 of these are bombers. Gungans went the same route. Fighters take out troopers, anti-air troops, in 3 shots. Sometimes 4. Sometimes 4 is needed, all depending on the health and the armor. And regular fighters take out workers within 7 shots. At least if they have basic training. I believe it's 5 or 6 without it. They don't go down in 2 hits until fast fighter or advanced fighter. But Ballbarian's air forces make quick work of these computers, take them out quite quickly. If they had any anti-air infantry, they are dead. The game ends pretty much at 38 minutes in. Very, very quick game for Ballbarian. This does tend to happen if his air rush is successful. Game does end fairly quickly. So as you can see here, the Galactic Empire's lost his command center. Started losing workers left and right. Still had a little bit of infantry left, and he resigned. Confederacy is still alive, still has its command center, still has some workers surrounding it. At this point, it's almost impossible to stop the air rush. The only way you're going to stop it if you build another command center, put an anti-air turret right next to it, and start building ground forces for the ground support to defend against the ground support offense that Ballbarian finally starts to train. So you can see there's a couple of troopers streaming in, a couple mounted troopers. There's a few Jedi out in the field. Another good way to stop it was to put a fortress up, but you can't really put this up anywhere near the main part of town. You're just gonna get interrupted. All these guys. At this point, there's 23 aircraft, 11 troops, 2 Jedi, 57 workers. So Ballbarian's not a. I'll put this in another video then. This one's almost over. Bombers are great taking out turrets, especially tech level 3. Bombers take out light turrets like almost nothing. Ballbarian is a very well made AI, very unique. Just want to put that out there. Alright, and that's the end here.